Welcome to week 37. We are now looking at the dollar Swiss, and you can see here that it's well in between support and resistance, although that we may be seeing a slight decline in the US dollar in the week to come. If you see it right here, and you see the weakness in the dollar strength down here, like this. So it may be breaking the support level indicated here. So look out for that one. Moving on to the sterling US. You see it's trading also in a tight range. You see there's a cross down here in the strength. I make it like here. You can see here it's crossing, and the pound is gaining strength and the dollar is weakening, so there may be a long setup. But also you see up here that on the stochastic that the entry should have been made all the way down here, so it may just go up here and then basically do like this to test the resistance. It's a risky trade and it should not be made. Moving on to euro dollar. Again, the same story. You see a strengthening of the euro over a long time. But also you see down here that again the dollar is weakening, and that may be a new situation for a long setup. Also you see up here that the dollar the euro dollar is going through the resistance up here, and it should test higher levels, so this could actually be a trade setup for the week to come. Looking at dollar yen, we got the same story. The thing is though that we have both the dollar and the yen weakening in parallel, so nobody knows where this is leading us. It's not probably going to go any further down here, so for the time being stay out of dollar yen. The US CAD has seen a long move down, and when you look at it right now, you can see in the box here that is going further down, but also we have an exit signal down here in the cross here, so probably it's going to find new low levels and then it's going to go back up. Looking at the strength, you see here that the strength in the Canadian dollar that made it go down against the US has sort of come to an end, but still the US is going down. But the trend for the moment is that it will come and it will go like this. So there may be long possibilities in this in the week to come. Then looking at Aussie USD, got the same story. We got the US down here weakening, but the Australian dollar is flat. Due to the weakening of the dollar, it could be that we should be seeing an upward movement in this pair. It is trying to break the resistance, and it has gone through, but it's difficult to say where it's going from here. Finally, we have the New Zealand USD that's gone down a bit, we got the same story as we do with the others. We have a resistance level here that it's holding on to, and down here we have actually here we have an entry signal with the two line crossing, and we also have a signal line. We also got a signal line saying that we should get a long situation with the bottom in the PZ indicator. What we're looking at for these pairs with figures is American PPI on Wednesday, and also there will be some focus on the Swiss National Bank, their rate decision, and also a lot of figures and decisions from the Bank of England on Thursday. But in general here, the picture is a weakening of the dollar and a possible pickup in other currencies. Let's move on to the euro crosses, and it's coming right here. Okay, so here we are with the euro crosses. The euro USD has already been covered. The euro GDP is quite interesting because it has been seeing the same upwards movement. It's found a level up here where it doesn't really know where to go. What we have at the moment is we had a clear sell signal over here with the cross here, and we also had up here a PZ indication that we should have gone in. Also, that was confirmed in the oscillator with the red bars down here. But at the moment, it's sitting between support and resistance. It is supposed to go higher, but right now it's taking a little break. The cross is looking for directions on Thursday with the Bank of England. Moving on to Euro Swiss here. We got the same situation. It's in a tight range. The Swiss National Bank rate decision on Thursday will probably give some indication. The EuroCAD, same thing here. Actually, we had an entry up here, right here, and it was confirmed with a top in the stochastic. So that was a trade that should have been taken. You can also see down here that there's a bottom in the CAD, and there is suddenly strengthening of the CAD, which makes it a short trade. The outlook for now is that it's probably going to go a little bit further down, but also bear in mind that over here that the CAD has sort of taken off its strength, so the market has sort of taken in the implications of the rate hike last week. So be careful with this one. It will probably start to move in this area here, and nobody knows where it's really go. So stay away from this one. The Euro Aussie, also in a tight range. Nothing to say about this one. Stay out. The Euro New Zealand. What we've seen is a build up over here, and actually we saw a short entry up here, but it was also confirmed down here, but we didn't really enter it because the movement upwards has been so strong. So the outlook for this one is to see if it can break up here and to get a direction on what the euro is going to do. The euro JPY is in a tight range, and nothing to say about that one. So we will come back again. So we're back with the sterling crosses, and we are again just taking a quick look at the sterling dollar cable, and that could be an entry, as I said before, with the crossing here, and also that we see the oscillator having blue bars above the 0 line, but also it's in a tight range, and also we are looking at what is happening on Thursday. Moving on to sterling yen, what do we see here? We see that it has broken down the support level, and right now we are looking at this one down here is a missed entry, and the entry is confirmed down here with the blue line crossing the red line. Also you can see there's an exit indication here, so the traders would have been for this. For the week to come, again Thursday is what we are looking at, but you can see that the pound is gaining strength and the yen is losing strength, so there may be a scenario for it to move further up. So wait for Thursday and decide for an entry. Sterling Swiss is what we have here, and you can see that over here there was a nice entry signal that was confirmed with a top down here, and later on it was confirmed with the crossing of the two lines. Also you could see that the Swiss was gaining momentum and the sterling was going down, and they actually crossed over here, so there was a nice trend going down that way. For an entry signal over here and over here was missed, and also you could see the top in the Swiss. So again we are in a tight range and we are looking for directions on Thursday, so stay away from this one. Sterling Aussie, what we have here, again a tight range, same story, no clear signals for entry, and the same here. We're seeing the strength of the Canadian dollar. We're seeing the strength of the Canadian dollar over here, but it's not strong anymore. It's broken down through this support level, but nobody knows really where it's going to go because of the market taking the rate hike into consideration, and also that we have the Bank of England decisions on Thursday. So the direction for this one is really hard to say. It will probably go something like that. Going lastly to sterling New Zealand, and that's been in a reasonable tight range. What we can see is that there was an entry signal over here, which was confirmed here, but it's a difficult entry because there's no really sign in the two lines in strength. But here you see the pound suddenly gaining some strength, and the New Zealand is going off. So this could actually be an entry over here, and probably it will go further up here. But for the moment, stay away because we are looking at Thursday's decisions about the Bank of England. Lastly, we will move to the next one. So lastly, the next ones, starting with sterling Canadian Swiss. And what are we having here? We are seeing the strengthening here over the rate decision, and was also seen here, but we also see that it's wearing off. So based on this reading here, it's hard to say where it's going. So stay away from that one. The Aussie CAD is interesting. the Aussie CAD. You saw here the rate decision, and it's been going further down, but it's really hard to say where it's going to go from here. We could see an upward movement down here because something is building up down here, and we will see this probably move into something going up. Aussie New Zealand, it had a really nice move up. This move should probably come to an end. Up here there was a slight entry signal, but it's difficult to sort of pick where it should be going. Also, we could see that it was staying away because we were above the zero line, and also there wasn't a clear movement down here. So where is this one going to go? It's going to go like this. Stay away from this one. Aussie Swiss, same story. No clear movement, no clear direction. It's in a tight range, so stay away from this one. New Zealand Swiss. This one is interesting because it had a nice move down. When you see up here, there, the PZ, and also you had a top down here. So that was clearly a nice opportunity that was missed. Also the crossing here, and there was a lot of momentum down here. So it's been moving down nicely, and now it's come to sort of a pause. The Swiss National Bank decision on Thursday will probably give some indication. Right now, it's probably going around like this. This is worth following after the Swiss National Bank decision. And down here you can see it could easily build up. The momentum down was good, and also down here the line is really to a lower end. So this one could be worth interesting to follow. New Zealand CAD, we saw we've seen a nice movement down, but what we also saw was the rate decision, and it came over here. We see some potential build up now for the future down here, and also the line is down here. The separation is nice. It could also be an indication that it's going to move back together, which means that we could be looking at something going up. So this is worth keeping an eye on. Canadian yen is in a tight range. It seems that it cannot get past up here. An entry long should have been made down here, which is confirmed with the PZ here, and also with the cross here. So what we are looking at is that we should probably see it should be moving back again. So we're looking for some short entries here. Swiss Japanese in a tight range, nothing really look for Thursday. The same story as with New Zealand JPY. So what are we looking at here? This could actually been an entry, but since these are so close and there's absolutely no momentum going on, this is worth staying away from. It will probably just move around in here, so stay away from this one. Moving on. to the last one, New Zealand JPY. What we have here is an possible entry up here, which is confirmed here with the top and also with the cross, and it actually came all the way down. So right now we should be looking at some bullish build-up down here and also down here. So this was week 37.